A very, very good morning, or good afternoon, I should say now. No, good morning, we're right. And welcome to the Toto Dutch Open 2023, men's last 128. Of course, over 5,000 players started playing in the Dutch Open yesterday. We are down to the last 128, and our first game on your live stream today brings together two Dutchmen, Jelle Claassen and Frank Schaasvoort. This is game number one. As you can see on your screen, it's the first of four legs, first of seven in the 128. We will be playing throughout the day, a long, long session. Dip in and out of the YouTube viewings when you can. Lovely to have you with us. Try and take you through all of the action from across the boards today until we get to obviously the TV side of events live on RTL later this afternoon. We'll have the men's quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals, the women as well, the women's final. So some great darts in what is the biggest open in the world. See that Jelle Claassen, who won the bull, is looking at now double top to take the first leg of the day, and he makes light work of double 10. So that's Jelle that wins leg one. Start from Frank, 2 tons. Start leg two. Best of seven. He knows, of course, having lost the ball, that he is going to have to win a leg against the darts on the Jelle Claassen throw at some point. Jelle will be happy with winning the first leg. Of course, he will. He knows that actually, if he wins the 4 legs in which he throws first, he wins the game, irrespective of what Frank does. So that's a nice little bonus there, if you like, for Jelle, especially in this short format of best of 7. So, of course, it's a long day for the players as well. So it's also in the pairs final later on as well. So he's already guaranteed the game on the Dutch Open stage, which looks magnificent, by the way. You'll love the way it looks when you see it all later on. 82, so 63. Wanted the 13 there for the ball, and he's only going to get leave himself top. So an outside chance for Jelle, you would say, but an impossible chance now. Back comes Frank for tops, which he takes out. So 16 dart leg there for Frank. Makes it level. 80. Frank's found his range here, so I know he's going to have to be that there are no bad players. If you've come down from 5,000 players to 128, those players that are in the 128 can play darts. It's as simple as that. It's now about focus and maintaining your game and taking those opportunities as and when they come along during the day. Certainly, of course, that Jelle, if he does win all of the legs that he throws first and he wins, we would love to win, shall we say, 4-1 now, because then it gives him a bit more time for rest. Believe me, in a day like this, that the rest is going to be quite crucial. Of course, a number of other games taking place throughout the Bonte Wever hotel, which is where the Dutch Open here in Assen is held. 56, I think there he's just slipped into the double 15. So no score there for yellow. Fortunately, Frank is back on 229, so it shouldn't cause any issues. And yellow will be back for 56, and he'll try a second time. And will it be double 10 this time? It is, and he's gone to the top end of the bed this time, so it's 2-1. And we have had two yellow Klassen legs, one both on double 10. Of games going on around. You can see in the TV lanes next to yellow and to Frank. See Andy Barton's bottom left-hand corner there, Belgian. Andy. He's playing against Stefano van Ziel of the Netherlands, and Andy, I can tell you, has just taken the third leg and leads 3-0. So looks like, but never count your chickens, it's looking good for Andy Bartons. Yellow's taking the advantage here, and this could be the telling leg. 170 then. Won't be taking the 170 out, but more than happy with 96 with his opponent back on 276. $74 then for yellow. Look at treble 14, 20 for tops. Tops then for a 3-1 lead. Just flicked the flight, which possibly took it down. So every possibility he could come back for a treble on double 10, if that makes sense. He's won the first two legs on double 10. 136 from Frank means that yellow does need to take this, really. And he does take it. So 17 darts. And it's 3-1. Also tell you that Chris Landman, who you would have seen in the background, he's playing against Patrick Peters, another Dutch man, and Chris leads that game 3-2. He's averaging 98 at the moment, so good average, but only 3-2. So just need to be mindful, I guess, that one slip and suddenly you go into a last leg in a best of a 7. You can see Chris there right down the far end. Second board in. Yellow 100 points in front here. This leg puts him into the last 64. He's looking nice and relaxed as well. Wesley Plazier also playing on the TV lane. Wesley's playing Gerco Dieb of the Netherlands and leads 2-1. Yellow would admit that was a bit of a mess. 24 scored and a bit frustrated with himself. But no treble for Frank means that 24 scored has done no damage, and this is more than going to make up for it. 1-2-1. I think you just saw on the bottom of your screen there, Andy Bartons has won 4-0 against Stefano van Ziel, so he'll be back in the practice room. It's looking very much as though yellow Klassen is going to be doing the same. 52 points away from a last 64 place. Tops it is double 10, and still have the opportunity for yellow Klassen to have won all 4 legs on double 10. Chris Landman wins, beats Patrick Peters 4-2, averaging 97 in the process, so good average there for Chris and a good start to the day. Double 10 then, yellow Klassen, 25 darts for the final leg, but he won't be worried about that. It's 4 double 10 results, and yellow Klassen is the first man on the TV lane to win a game, and also first man on the TV lane to make it through to the last 64. He beats Frank Skarsfeld 4-1. We'll be back with our next game very shortly. Welcome back to the Toto Dutch Open 2023. We are about to watch England take on the Netherlands. James Hurrell, the current WDF world number 3, taking on Jan Karel of the Netherlands. A 1-2-8 game, the last 1-2-8, so it's best of 7, first of 4. So James, despite the fact that his dart fell outside of the ball, it was slightly closer in that throw for the ball than Jan, so he has the advantage of throwing first in each of the odd-numbered legs. So should we go to a 7th and final leg, it wouldn't be a bull-up, it would be James's throw in that leg. So, a treble visit there from Jan. Unfortunately, one was a treble 5 and one was a treble 1, but there and thereabouts. Good start for James. A ton first throw, ton to back that up with second throw. He's been playing very well recently, the hillbilly. We've already seen the number 1 seed go through to the last 64, Jelle Klassen. He saw Frank Skarsfeld 4-1. Remarkable stat from that game was the fact that all 4 legs that Jelle won, he won on double 10. So there you go, stat of the day, this early in the day. Today we will, of course, move to the big stage, which looks fantastic for the finals. We have the youth finals and the pairs finals at 2 p.m. And then we move to RTL Live on RTL TV from 5 p.m, where we have the men's quarters down to the final and the ladies' final as well, all covered on TV in the Netherlands. This game, and James 101, 20 leads him 81, treble 19, 3 leads 78, so treble 18 then for James. So 41 leads him 60. Now, I'll say an outside chance. Jan Karel here, 1-3-2, should start with the ball. He's missed the 25, so that means he won't be finishing on this turn, which means James will be back for the 60. Tops it is then for the first leg for James. Maybe he's going to continue this double 10 trend. No, he's not. He's gone inside. And against the dart, Jan Karel here has a chance with tops. Did well to leave tops after his first dart at the 1-3-2. Good marker. It's not. Yeah, and then for double 10. And he's come inside as well, so James Hurrell has a chance. Double 5, no one's favourite. But to get the first leg on the board. No. Now, I think it's going to be counted as 6 scored. His foot shouldn't have touched the floor. I don't think it's touched the floor before he released that third dart when he stepped over the oche, so it is 6 scored. Yeah, now we'll look at 1 and double 2. He's gone treble one. Double one it is. And double one it is, and strikes the first leg against the darts. So, a leg against the darts for Jan Carroll there. Just while the second leg starts, a quick run through of some of the other results from the from the last 1 to 8. And you can, of course, find all of these results on Dart Connect. So, tpdartconnect.com, go to the Dutch Open, go to the men's singles top 1 to 8, and you will find all your results. And what you will see there so far is that of all of the results in there, only one player, and that's Andy Bartons, who we mentioned in the previous game, that's gone through to the last 64. He's the only player that isn't Dutch to have gone through to the last 64. It's quite remarkable, albeit there were a lot of ties that were all Dutch. So we now get in some more, shall we say, international games being played at the moment. So on the streaming lanes, you can see Michael Unterbuchner from Germany. He's taken on Terry Dunford of England. It's currently Michael, just as I speak, has taken the third leg, so leads 3-0 there. So he's looking relatively comfortable. Kai van Jung has just taken to the boards as well. He's playing Jeffrey Mevison of the Netherlands and leads 1-0. I was talking about Wesley Plazier earlier. He was playing on the TV lane. He scraped through with a 4-3 victory over Gerco Teeb of the Netherlands, so he has got through. Just back to this leg, and James Hurrell, fair distance off, but Carroll's only left 96. That 120 leaves 98, so, and that 180 leaves 38, so a fantastic time to hit a 180. In leg 2 for James to leave the 38 after 12 darts. 81 then. He's not going to have a shot, so Hurrell will be back for 38. Now it's just a case of whether he wants to split it. Bit unlucky there for Jan, hitting treble 11 when he went for treble 14, but looking down, so my assumption here is we're going straight to double 19. Could of course have split and gone 6 double 16. That 19 has split it. He's crossed himself. Always a risk when you go for the double 19 that your second dart hits the single. If it's the first dart that hits the single, of course you can get out with 3 double 16, but 3 double 8, I beg your pardon. But now he's relying on Jan Lu not hitting 45. Hit the 13s. He's got 2 at double 16, 1 at double 8 for a 2-0 lead. No, and that's an opportunity missed. Yeah, James will now be looking to put this double 8 away, which he does, and we are now back on throw. That's a 16 dart leg for James Hurrell. Makes it 1-1, and he has the throw as well. A few more results for you. I was saying that Andy Bartons is the only non-Dutch player to have got through. It's still the case. Wesley Harms, there's a blast from the past. Wesley's back playing and doing really well in the Dutch Open. Good to see him back. He's won 4-3 in the last 1 to 8 against Joey de Jong. Wes is into the last 64. Marino Michels, Michel van der Horst, Jeffrey Bekema, Danielle de Colter, all through to the last 64. Games taking place. Michael Unterbuchner sees off Terry Dunford 4-0 with a 98.56 average, so good average there. Barry Copeland, runner-up in the World Masters here in the Bonte Wever Hotel. He's playing against Hans van Leeuwen of the Netherlands. 2-0 up, Barry, averaging just over 100, so continuing his good form from December. player that you won't be seeing today in the men's singles was the number 2 seed, and that's Neil Duff. It caught up with him very late I say very late. It wasn't very late, about 9 o'clock last night. Neil just saying just couldn't find it yesterday. Couldn't find his form at all, and he suffered defeat, so didn't make it to Sunday in the tournament. Willem Mandegers is playing at this moment in time. Johan van Velzen has just beaten Denny Boss 4-0. Willem Mandegers is 3-0 up. Rick Copeland's just gone 3-0 up, albeit that leg has just knocked his average somewhat, but you won't be worried about that. He'll just be interested in getting the W at the end of his name, at the end of the match. Van Leung has taken the second there, so he's 2-0 up. James Howell here looking at tops for a 78 finish, would have been a 15 dart leg. Time on his side though, with Jan back on 229. Fully expecting Harold to come back and take out the double 10, or at least finished on 20 to push himself into the last 64 and into the points. And there's the double 10, and it's 2-1 to James. Two legs have both been won in 16 darts, so of course he'd love to get that under the 15, but even of course less than that. But we keep saying it's a long day, and the most important thing here is winning through. Really, it's trying to preserve some energies as well. Jerry Hendricks has just won 4-0 against Berry van Maren. Jerry goes into the last 64. Aaron Turner, 2-2 with Julian Cohorn of the Netherlands. Mentioned that Michael Unterbuchner of Germany is through, so we do now have a second, or third I should say, nationality into the, and in fact we make that 4 because Mark Borelli has also just won. Mark has just beaten Jasper van Zwijten of the Netherlands by 4-3, so a close game there. Mark winning with an 85 average, so the Scotsman. Ranked at number 8 in the world. James has a 53-point lead here over Jan. So, and it was Jan that had the darts in this leg, and that 60 has only really tied them up, for want of a better phrase. So Hull 147. He'd like to do it in 3. Should, you would have thought, have 6 darts at the 147, but not a guarantee. And he'll want to find the treble here. Okay, 50 scored, so he's taken himself under the ton. 97's no gimme. Jan won't be finishing, excuse me, 140, but unless he has a treble here, he hasn't really put any pressure on James. 28 to leave 112. Not the worst finish, but treble 19 here for James Hurrell, 97. Yep, double top then for a 3-1 lead and a 14 dart leg against the throw. And that's a lovely dart. Lovely darts there from James. 97 it is, treble 19, double top in 2 darts, and a 14 darter against the throw puts him 1 leg away. As my good friend Anthony Dundas would say, he's on the hill. Frank Hoyle has just beaten Leslie Geertsma, all Dutch affair there. Frank winning 4-2. Silko Visa has beaten Jim Mayer. Also, well, sorry, by 4-1 that game. And Joey Tenberg. There we go. There's a man that's played at the Lakeside, Joey Tenberg. He's into the last 64. He's beaten Gelwim Lubers 4-2. So well done to Joey. Managed to catch up with him yesterday. Really enjoying his darts. If you can hear music in the background, that will be our friends from RTL are just beginning to set up, ready for this afternoon's extravaganza on the TV. Doing their testing in the main hall. You'll be pleased to know that the players that are playing at the moment, that they can't hear that. They are in a different room, so it's not so that any music you can hear in this stream is putting any of the players off. They're well away from the building of the stage, etc. Good 105 there from James. Good last dart to leave 130. Better to leave 130 to 135. Good, as they would say, board management, I think you'd call that. From Jan leads him 81, but James, you'd like to think he's going to get at least a dart of the ball here. Needs at least one treble 20. Needs this dart to be a treble 20 to leave him a shot at the bull, which he hasn't. So he could go bull or 18s. He's gone for the bull, so 65 scored and 65 left. But Jan should get at least a dart at the bull here. If he can hit treble 19, he'll have 2 at double 12. 12 for the bull, or treble 12 for double 13. He's hit the treble 12, so it's double 13 then for a 3-2 game and a game against the leg. Sorry, a leg against the darts, I should have said. No. And James hit the 65. He'll look at the 25, I think. I think he's gone in the 20. There's the 5, so tops it is, and only one dart there. He was good enough to do that. It was a slight risk going for the 25 on when he was on 90, but he's won by 4 legs to 1. With an outshot on 65 of 25 and double top. So it's James Hurrell that beats Jan Karel 4 legs to 1 and makes his way into the last 64 of the men's Toto Dutch Open for 2023. We'll be back with our next game from the TV stream very shortly. Welcome back to the Toto Dutch Open 2023. You're joining us as we start the games in the last 64. And yeah, getting down to the nitty-gritty now in the Dutch Open. Obviously, 5,000 entries and down now to the last 64, and we're concentrating on a game between this man, the man from Belgium, Andy Bartens, and Michael van Roon from the Netherlands, the left-hander. So, still the best of 7. After a couple of goes at the bullseye, it was Andy that won the throw. So he, should we go to a 7th leg, would have the throw. No bull up in that final leg if we get there. You can see in the background, James Hurrell literally came off from his last 1-2-8 game straight back on the board for his 64 game. Yellow Klassen's also playing. Chris Lamman just at the bottom left of your screen. You'll just see him wandering through there as well. Good. Got to come down here, Michael. Yep, leads in 160, but Andy then on tops for a 16 dart first leg. Inside. Should be back, but of course, these numbers are on the board, so they can be hit. Got to hit 2 treble 20s though, and that's not going to happen this time around. Back for double 5. Bit of a fly, it's gone above the double 12. What is that? So, no, not to be for Andy. So, chance then, Michael, he wouldn't have expected this opportunity. But, 20 for tops. Tops it is, and that's not badly placed out the way on the left-hand side of the bed to give a good, clear view of the tops. And he's missed as well, and Andy then has had 6 darts at doubles. He really will want to put this one away. It's going to be 3 for double 1, and he's hit the 17, so this really is turning into a bit of a nightmare leg, and you can see in the background there, the Belgian, the hat, as we call him. No hat today, Jackie. It's a disgrace. Where is it? Michelle there celebrating the double 10 to take the first leg against the darts. Andy missing 9 darts at doubles in that leg. I was just saying, Jackie Gothal's in the background there. You can just see him. That's the Belgian. You normally recognise him with the hat. And then next to Jackie is the ever-present. When you see Andy playing darts, you will always find Stephanie, his other, and some would say better half. No disrespect to you, Mr. Bartens, but Stephanie Lewson there in the background, watching intently. She was shaking her head as Andy was having 9 darts at doubles to try and win that first leg. So we'll be hoping that her man can put that behind him and crack on. We saw James Hurrell in the previous game. He lost the first leg to Jan Carroll, having had darts at doubles, and came back and won 4-1. So all is not lost here, and Andy knows that he's only got to win 1 leg against the Van Roon darts to get back on track. So he was only 30 points behind before this throw. He's certainly got 1 treble 20. That could be, in fact, it is 2, isn't it? I can just see the second one there. So, yep, a 140. So Andy in charge of this leg. But of course, it is all about the doubles. He was in charge of this leg. Good thinking there from Michelle. The execution didn't quite work out, but if he'd hit the 25, he'd left himself the 170. And he needs a treble here, and I don't think he's found it. So he's got a high out of 161. Mikhail has the opportunity here to leave himself handily placed, and that's a great start right in the middle of the bed. Single 18 leaves tops. 2 visits of 139 and 138 have left him with tops, and Andy now is not going to take out 161 and could find himself within a matter of seconds 2-0 down here. Let's see. For a 16 dart hold. Go Van der Roon wants tops. And he hits tops, and another little celebration to himself, and nothing wrong with that. He's clearly pumping himself up for the game. And in the background there, you can see the other games that are taking place at this moment in time. We can find some scores for you. You can, of course, find all of the scores on Dart Connect. Go to dartconnect.com, search out the WDF events and click Dutch Open and then Match Centre, and you will find all of the scores that you need. Chris Landman has made really short work of his last 64 game. He's won 4-0. So he's into the last 32. Wesley Plazier is 1-1. Jelle Klassen leads 3-2. A close game there. Marvin van Velzen has gone through to the last 64. Sorry, last 32, I beg your pardon. As has Marino Michels, beaten Yuri Brouwer. Chris celebrating his 4-0 victory. You saw that at the bottom of your screen there. Jelle Klassen and Theo de Jong has gone 3-3. So all on a 7th leg decider, and James Howell is 1-1 with Silko Visa. They're the games that are on the TV lanes at this moment in time. As you know, we're concentrating, and again Andy has found himself well in front in this leg. I don't think he'll be panicking at this point. Yes, it's 2-0 down, but it's only 1 break of throw, so of course he needs to hold here. There's 93 to leave himself tops, and he will be back because Mikhail is back on 185. So Ariane Konterman is 3-2 up on Peter De Bruyne. The Klassen game, of course, the #1 seed is in the 7th leg. Theo is the one then, and he's hit the tops there. A 16 dart, and that gets him back on track. He does need to break the Van Roon throw, of course. But hitting that double will give him a bit of confidence. Theo de Jong has the darts in the final leg against Jelle Klassen, but it's Klassen that's in front. He's just hit a 140. And it's his throw now. De Jong is back on 202. Jelle's hit 89 to leave himself 92. So you would say that Jelle is favourite, but of course if Theo hits a big score here, then there'll be pressure on the 92. And he's hit a ton to leave 102, so Jelle wants 92. So Jelle Klassen, Theo de Jong, 3-3, last 64 of the Dutch Open, the Toto Dutch Open 2023, and Jelle has left himself 16. So Theo has a chance here on 102 to knock out the #1 seed. You can actually see behind this game lots of faces in the crowd looking back at to their right-hand side, which is the Klassen game, and De Jong has left tops, and he's hit 62 to leave tops. And Jelle has hit 16 and has won the game by 4-3, so he's in the last 32, but a bit of a scare there. Jelle Klassen that makes himself into the, takes himself, sorry, I beg your pardon, into the last 32. My words right a minute. Meanwhile, back on our concentrated board, Andy Barton's 2-1 down. but in front on the Van Roon throw here. That 60 doesn't leave Van Roon a finish, so Andy 146, there's the treble 20, treble 18 would leave double 16. Misses the 146, but leaves double 8 and will be back, and it should be 2-2 in that game very, very shortly. David Kerwin of Scotland, he's leading 2-1 against Frank Huyck of the Netherlands. And there's the double 8 for Andy Bartons. Another 16 dart leg. 16 darts is about the running average at this moment in time for the games we've seen on the stream. Back on throw now, and Andy failed to find a treble, but in a much better place than he was 2-3 minutes ago, let's put it that way. Barry Copeland is playing against Mikael Verbeek. That's 2-2, so close game there. Aaron Turner is 2-0 up on Salman Renyan. Wesley Plazier has just won the 5th leg and leads 3-2 against Wilbert van Veen. James Hurrell and Silko Wies are 2-2. Quite a low scoring game there. The average is relatively low, below the 70 mark at the moment in that game. Denny Aldercoulter 3-1 up. Ariane Konterman and Petter De Bruyne have gone to a 7th and final leg. They are 3-3. Mikael Unterbuchner is out. He lost 4-1 to Ivo Lixmeyer of the Netherlands. So Unterbuchner, who played very well all day yesterday and started off in the last 1-2-8 this morning in great form, but he's gone out. Mark Borelli has won. He's the first non-Dutchman through to the last 32. He beat Michael Michels 4-1. Robin Smees has gone through. Marvin van Velzen and Johan van Velzen are both through. Jeffrey Bakima is through. I mentioned Chris Lamont. Wesley Harms keeps going. He's in the last 32 as well. He's won 4-1. Patrick van den Bogarde, he won 4-0. More results coming through. Berry van Peer has won 4-2 as well, so you're up to date there. Double 10 for Andy Bartons. Oof, that's a wild one. Not only his expression, but behind him you also saw the expression of Jackie Gothals there as well. Both. It was a bit of a wow, and Andy chatting to Stephanie there. But 78 then for Van Roon to take a 3-2 lead. Andy would have the darts as well. Tops, he's got one dart at it. Massive dart this, albeit Bartons is on double 1. He's in the madhouse. Double 1 it is then. Oh, good dart. Good dart from Andy Bartons. So a bit of a longer leg there, but it's a crucial double 1. Him. Wesley Plazier, having gone to a 3-3 and a final leg in the last 1-2-8, has done exactly the same in the last 64. He's 3-3 with Wilbert van Veen. Willem Mandegers is into the last 32. He's won 4-2. And a possible shock on the cards, if you want to see it that way. And Barry Copeland is losing 3-2 to Mikael Verbeek. One of the seeds. And Konterman beaten Peter De Bruyne 4-3. Andy with the throw in this. Mikael with the throw in this 6th leg. So looking to take us to a 6th leg. Of course, despite the fact that Andy would have the darts, it's still a nervy old place to be, the final leg there, of course. James Hurrell now 3-2 down to Silko Sorry. Yes, he is 3-2 down to Silko Visa. Possible shock on the cards there, and Mikhail's got to be careful here, otherwise this would be a shock. He needs to hit the single 20, and it's amazing how dart players can throw to that little red piece of lipstick so easily, and then they're worried about hitting it. Is he going to go a different way here? He has. He's gone for the trebles. 144 scored to leave 36. It's a very clever dart. It is looking as though we're going to go to a 3-all game. Wesley Plazier has come through. He won 4-3. 36 then. Barton's on 130. He's hit it. So we've gone to a final leg here on the streaming lane. Andy Barton's, courtesy of winning the bullseye, will have the darts in this final leg. But anything could happen here. Aaron Turner is through to the last 32. Barry Copeland has lost 4-2 to Mikhail Verbeek. So, see dropping out there. James Hurrell has also been beaten. James loses 4-2 to Silko Vissa of the Netherlands. So the number 3 seed bites the dust. So with the exception of Aaron Turner from England and Mark Borelli from Scotland, every other qualifier so far is from the Netherlands into the last 32. Bartons is trying to change that. He's trying to make it that there's a Belgian in the 32 as well. And that has made a dent. Leads by 64 points, if my maths is anywhere near correct. Only 45 from Van Roon means that Barton's here. If he can just find that treble, which he has. Can he find another? Oof, that's a painful one. 85 means he's not on a finish. And Roon's a 105 or more here. If he hits the treble, he should go for the bull last dart. But it's not going to make any difference now. There's still advantage with Andy, but he'll want to get under 100 here. If he can find that treble. 60 leaves 111. Not a gimme. Van Roon's still in this leg and he knows it. It's whether the pressure makes him just lose focus or lose action a little bit to not find the treble again. 111 then for Bartons. Treble 17. Treble 14 now, or possibly treble 18. Treble 14's a great dart. I think that was in the 14s. It was. Big ask for Van Roon. 155, can't do it now. Andy Bartons will be back for double 16 to book a place in the last 32. Might be a 19 dart leg, but he doesn't mind if it's 119. He's through to the last 32. A hard-fought 4-3 victory for the Belgian. An outshot on double 16. But possibly it was the 5th leg where he won it on double 1. With his opponent looking on a finish, and you can see there Stephanie and having a bit of a shaky time. Her heart is racing because she'll be happy that her man's made it to the last 32. We'll be back with some more action from the Toto Dutch Open 2023 very shortly. Toto Dutch Open 2023 last 32 game. Chris Lammen and Jeffrey Bekima, both from the Netherlands. The fact that they're both in the Netherlands is actually no surprise. We've got to the last 32 and we have 29 Dutchmen left in, an Englishman, a Scotsman and a Belgian. And if you think I'm going to go on and tell a joke, unfortunately that's not my bag. Yep, so it's 29 Dutchmen looking to seal victory in the Toto Dutch Open in their home country. Lammen, who played really well last week, of course, didn't get his PDC Tour card, but did go to the Challenge Tour and won one of the events there, so which is a phenomenal achievement in itself. But exercising his right to be able to play in WDF tournaments, it's only the 154. That was just it would have stopped me in my tracks. And play. It's only the 128 tour card holders that can't play in WDF ranked tournaments. 12 for the bull. Bull it is then for Jeffrey for a leg against the darts on the wire. And Lammen now tops for the first leg. And tops it is for a 17 dart hold of throw in the first leg. So yes, Lammen certainly been firing well over the last few weeks, and he's hoping that can see him through to a Dutch Open victory. You can also see on the streaming lane here we have Jelle Klassen, we have Andy Bartons, and we have our world master Wesley Plaisir nearest to the screen here. All last 32 games. Looking to get 2 more games. They play the last 32, the last 16, and then the quarterfinals and down to the final are all live on TV and on the stage this evening. So it's an interesting day for the guys here. It's play the last 32 and the last 16 now. Then you've got a break till 5 p.m. So what do you do with yourself? Do you go off and have a rest, bit of bite to eat, stay on the board? Something a bit different, something for the players to think about. Got all of those last 32 games now being played. Denny Older Coulter is winning 1-0 in his game. I think he's on the streaming lane a little bit to the left as you look. Lammen's left 45 here, but it's tops for Jeffrey. And tops it is for Jeffrey, and it's 1-1, and it's 17 dart hold of throw. Great drama. 1-1, as it should be, you'd say. Ruben Balmans has raced into a 3-0 lead in the youth tournament. Well, we've got youth cracking on as well in the background. Denny Older Coulter now 1-1. Wesley Plaisir has lost the first leg. Andy Bartons has won the first leg. Jelle Klassen is 1-1. And Nick Crowell is beating Wesley Harms 2-1. Joey Temberg continues. He's 3-1 up on Robin Smeeds. Is he going to make it to the last 16? Can he make his way to the stage all those years on from his lakeside appearances? Joey Temberg. The one Englishman, Aaron Turner, he leads 3-0. So will England be represented in the last 16? The first result is through. Korn Gronveld has beaten Silko Visser. Silko, who was the defeater of James Hurrell in the last 64, but its Corners has won that 4-0, so a resounding victory there. Chris Laumann has, as you saw, taken the third leg, so it's 2-1 to Chris. All going with darts at the moment, so this might make the difference, as a 180 from Landman has given him an 80-point advantage in this fourth leg. Joey Tenberg now has been pulled back to 3-2. So he's not home and hosing into the 16 yet. Adrian Conterman is 3-1 up on Jeffrey Meverson and averaging 95, so Jeffrey keeping in touch with that ton, but Chris knows if he can just go ton and tops out here, he's likely to win this leg because he won't have given Jeffrey the chance, and that one is a real blow. Yeah, 24 looks as though Chris may have broken the resolve of Jeffrey, at least in this round. He could take the 140. Not going to. 20 for tops. We saw in the last game, Michel van Roon wanted the 180 and hit 60-60 and was arming and ahhing for a long time. Is Jeffrey going to... Jeff going to be crossing himself. Both players have hit a 180 in this leg. But it's Chris Landman that lands it in 13 darts to win leg number 4, lead 3-1 and be one leg away from a last 16 slot in the Toto Dutch Open. Aaron Turner, the Englishman, he's into the last 16. Johan van Velzen has been beaten 4-0 by the Englishman. So England have someone in the last 16. Ivo Lexmeyer is in the last 32. He beat Alan de Vink 4-0. So he's in the last 16 as well. And Marino Michaels has just beaten Twan Uriat 4-1. He's into the last 16 as well. Wesley Plazier here, you can see bottom of your screen. He's 2-0 down to Patrick van den Bogarde. 2-1. He's just pulled back the third leg, so Landman here is looking pretty comfortable, it has to be said. He slipped into the one there, but he's still a long 160 odd points in front, 174 in fact points in front of Jeffrey. Yeah, so his last score's just been corrected, so not quite as far behind, but still a big ask for Jeffrey from here. 3-1 down and 130 points behind with Landman on a finish. Ariane Conterman wins 4-1 against Jeffrey Meverson. Daniel de Coulter is now 3-1 up on Martin Jungian. No. 68 then for Chris Landman when he comes back. Bakima 175 is not looking as though he's going to threaten the judges here. Double 4 then for Landman. And there it is, a double 4, which lands him a 4-1 victory in the last 32. And Chris Landman makes his way into the last 16, as, shall I say, has Jelle Klassen. He's won 4-1 against Jeroen Lewison. So Jelle Klassen, the number 1 seed, and Chris Landman, the latest 2 results, and into your last 16 of the Toto Dutch Open 2023. We'll be back shortly. moved our stream across by a lane, so we've got the Wesley Plazier, Patrick van den Bogarde game, the final throws of the game. Wesley's just made it 3-3, so Patrick won the bull, so he's got the darts in this 7th and final leg. Wesley's not unfamiliar with 3-3s. He won his last 1-2-8 game 4-3, and he's won his last 64 game 4-3. So it won't be the biggest surprise in the world, albeit on this occasion he does have to win against the darts. But that in itself brings extra pressures on someone like Patrick, who's not been to the TV stages, whereas Wesley Plazier is obviously a world master. So the experience is there of handling the pressure, and you only need that pressure to put a little bit of something into your arm, and look, millimetres mean a lot in a game of darts, don't they? So, but this is good from Patrick. Oh, that's very good from Patrick. 140 to lose 210, and Plazier's in trouble. He really needs them all here. A ton won't be enough after that first dart. He'll be disappointed as well. So Patrick with 210. If he could find another 2 treble visit, what a start. He's going to stay there by the looks of the thing. Can he squeeze through? And that was the danger. 85 leaves 125, albeit Plazier back on 275. Needs a treble. Now, should go bull here. 25, yes, great dart. 25 would have left 170. Bullseye's left 145. Still a tall arse, but he's back in the game, and he's put pressure on this 125 from Patrick. That looks like a 25, or is it a 7? It could be a 7, actually, but bearing in mind the second dart's going in 18, so 25 scored. And there we go. That's what we were talking about this pressure. Plazier has the 145. Oh my word. What a way to win this would be. Treble 15. Not to be. 75 leaves 70. Treble 10 or treble 18? Treble 10 leaves tops. What a dart. And from absolutely nowhere, Plazier is now your favourite to qualify for the last 16. 95. Treble 19 or the bull. Treble 7 leaves 74. Gone for double 17 and tops. Interesting way to go. He's missed the board, so therefore 74 with 2 in his hand. Should be treble 14 or treble 18 here. Now he's ruining the fact that perhaps he should have gone treble 14 with his second dart. But Plazier yet again for another 4-3 victory. I think he just likes the stage time, and he's done it. He's done it. He's won the game by 4-3. He's, well, eternally grateful, I guess, for doing that. And you've got to feel for Patrick there. He was well in charge of that last leg until the big 130 from Wesley put the pressure on, and that was the difference. Wesley Plazier is into the last 16 of the Dutch Open. Welcome back to the Toto Dutch Open 2023. The men's last 16. The last games you'll see on the stream today, because those that are good enough to make it to the last 8 will find themselves on stage from around about 5:15 this afternoon, live on RTL TV. And we have the number 1 seed, Jelle Klassen, and his fellow countryman Ivo Lexmeyer Wever has won the bullseye, which could be telling. But we will see. Of course, we play the best of 7 legs. And yes, it really is the business end of the tournament now as we go down to that last 16 and onto the screens, onto the TV at a later point. All of the last 16 games, 8 of them. There are 3 that are warming up at the moment. A tasty encounter between Chris Lammen and Daniel de Coulter. On another board, Korn Groeneveld and Berry van Peer to start off as well. And if you can hear any noise in the background, that's just doing the walk-on tests for this afternoon's TV show. The players that you can see playing are not affected by that in any way, shape or form. They're well out of the way in a different area of the hotel. The fantastic Bonte Wever. Lexmar has the advantage, 38 to leave 52. The 12 leaves tops, so yellow back on 140. Evo did have the darts in this leg, but yellow crossed with himself there, chuntering away as you could see. Just knocking 63 off to leave 77. Of course, not only is yellow the #1 seed, but he's also the current holder of the Dutch Open, the 2022 winner, albeit back in June. But yep, he is the current holder, and if he were to make it through, we would have both of the current holders appearing on the TV, because Bo Greaves is in the ladies' final, where she will be playing Netherlands' very own Eileen de Graaf in the ladies' final later on TV today. Some updates on the scores from the other games, the other last 16 games. Andy Bartons has just taken the first leg. You can see Andy in the background there playing against Marino Michels. He leads 1-0. Mikael Verbeek leads Arjen Konterman 3-2. And Aaron Turner, the one sole Englishman left in the tournament, he leads 3-1 against Willem Mandigers from the Netherlands. A fantastic effort there from Jelle. 1-3-4. He had the darts in this leg, so Jelle does need to hold his throw here, and that helps. Lexmar 150. Doable now. 90, treble 18 or the bull. I think he's looking across to the treble 18. Not to be. 72. So, oh, great. 138 to leave 12. Pressure on Jelle here. Needs the treble. Not to be. And 2-0 to Lexmar. And, of course, he has the darts as well. So Jelle now needs to break the Lexmar throw twice. Lexmar knows damn well, very well, sorry. He knows that he just needs to hold his throw to qualify here. Klassen coming storming back, 140. Konterman and Verbeek have gone 3-3. So that's one leg shootout, as we would call it. Andy Bartons and Marino have gone 1-1. Wesley Plaisir, the master of the 4-3. He's played in the 128, the 64 and the 32 and won all 3 of his games at 4-3. 125 then for Jelle. Oh. 63 leaves 62. 52 left. Big ask for Evo here, 134. If he hits the 60, could stay there, depending on the lay. He hasn't, so it's not going to be. 38 leaves 96, so should go treble 20. And he has to leave 36, so pressure on Jelle again here. Aaron Turner is the first man into those quarterfinals. He'll be on your stage later, live on TV. He's beaten Willem Mandigers 4-1 as we watch Jelle Klassen miss 2 darts at double top. Lexmar now has, well, he only needed 1. It's 3-0 and is the #1 seed on the brink of exiting the Toto Dutch Open for 2023 and relinquishing his title. This man, Ivo Lexmar, certainly hopes so. But as we know, the last leg is always the hardest to get across the line. Ariane Konterman has not found it the hardest. He's beaten Mikael Verbeek 4-3. So he also moves into the last 16. Denny Aldercoulter, averaging 120, is 2-0 up on Chris Landman, who, not slouching, he's averaging 96, but it's Denny that's 2-0 up. Barry Van Peer is 2-0 up on Korn Groeneveld, averaging 93. Jeller's trying to make short work of this 4th leg. He's just got to take it a leg at a time here. Great treble in the end there, rescued him. We will, of course, have the youth finals as well as the pairs finals on the stage later on. The youth finals, we already know the Aspiranten finalists. It's an all-Dutch affair between Ruben Balmans and Daan Toxopius. They will take on each other in the Aspiranten final. Klassen, 46, tops 1 dart, otherwise he could be facing defeat here as Lexmar on 56. Oh, he's snuck into the 8. He's got 1 at tops. And that could come back to haunt him. Klassen was lethal on double 10 in the first game we saw on the stream, and he's hit it this time. He's survived, he's used up a life, but he's still in there and fighting, Jelle Klassen. Now he has to break the Lexmar throw, and a 60 opener is not great news for Lexmar. We also know our girls finalists for later on, and that will be Scotland's Sophie McKinley, and she will be taking on Dorina Sipos of Hungary. So Sophie and Dorina will play the girls final. Ruben and Daan will play the Aspiranten final. The youth tournament continues as we are speaking. The junior youth between 14 and 17 years old, they're into the top 16. So they are still playing as we speak. So Klassen is making an exceptional effort at coming back from that 3-0 down. Another treble 19, treble 18 here. Oh, brilliant darts from Jelle Klassen. 130 to leave double 8. Denny Aldercoulter has beaten Chris Landman 4-0. And he's into the last 8. Bit of a surprise there. Landman have been playing exceptionally well, but Denny Aldercoulter, he's put his name on there and said, come on then, I've got 100 average in this last 16 game, 100.20. So it's Denny Aldercoulter that makes his way into the last 8. And this is turning into a ding-dong, sharing 140s to open the 6th leg. Oh, is that a slip from Jelle with just the 28? Lexmar, can he keep his form? Wants a treble. Doesn't find one. Jelle's led off the hook. 333 plays 303. Needs another treble. Just takes the advantage. Lexmar on 303, opting for 20s there, a bit of a surprise. The 19s is the normal route, but he's found the treble 19. .252 then, Jelle Klassen. Oh my word. 140 to leave 112. He is on his throw, but hey, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and he's certainly given it a really good go here. 77 for Ivo, leaves 140, but Jelle possibly 6 darts here at 112. That's awkward, but needs the treble. Needs the treble, not found it. 72 then. Treble 16. Ivo Lexmar, got to hit a treble first dart. Not to be. Yellow will be back for the 56. Hasn't been great on tops. Lexmar's left double 10, so 56 has got to go, you'd suggest. Tops it is then for a 3-all game, and tops it is for a 3-all game. From 3-0 down, Yellow Klassen has pulled it back to 3-3. Now, he has to make that comeback pay, because sometimes you do see players think, I've got it back, that's great, and they just take their foot off the gas. But Evo's given Yellow a chance. He only goes off with 58. Oh, 134's a real hole in that 501. 367 already. And it's looking like the #1 seed is going to make a remarkable comeback. He really is playing now. Yeah, it's looking as though Evo has... It's one step too far, dare I say. And that's meant with the all respect in the world, but Yellow Klassen has really hit his fellow countrymen with some hard stuff in this last few legs. And is down on 167. And he's got himself some time here. That 58 leaves 109. Opponent, well, I was saying his opponent has just hit a 180 to leave 98, and suddenly there's another different complexion. 109. Can't now finish. Oh my word. And Yellow, as you could see him scratching his head there, 98, then double 19 for an amazing comeback from Lexmar. Having been right out of this leg, he's left 19. Klassen has 3 at 78. He'll go treble 18. Single would leave 20 and top. Treble 18 for the 90, for the 78. Just taking his time, getting a bit of concentration. Treble 18. 74. Double 17 for double top. Oh, and he's straight into the double 5. Double 8 then for Lexmar. 1 in his hand for double 8. No, not to be. Double 15 then for Klassen. That's awkward. That's unlucky. Can he find round the way the double 15? Not to be. Not to be. Andy Bartons is through, by the way. It's all going on here in the Dutch Open. Double 8 again for Lexmar. Double 4, 1 in his hand. Not to be again. So we're back with Yellow wanting 30. Double 15 for a place in the last 8. And to keep hold of his title, he wants double 6. Yes! Yellow Klassen hits the double 6. He wins the game by 4-3 from 3-0 down. It's Yellow Klassen that moves into the last 8 with a 4-3 victory over his fellow countryman, Ivo Lexmar. Wow, wow, wow. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I'm guessing you clearly heard that I enjoyed it. That's why we love our darts, right? Some other results. I said to you that Andy Bartons had won. He beat Marino Michaels 4-2. Berry Van Peer is 3-1 up on Korn Groenewold. Wesley Plazier and Wesley Harms are 2-2, but don't expect anything other than a 4-3 in that one. And Mark Borelli leads Joey Tenberg by 2-1. Denny Older-Coulter, Aaron Turner, and Arjan Kunterman are already through to the last 8 as well. We will leave you there for now, and we will see you around about 2 p.m. for the semi-finals, or the finals, I should say, of the youth tournaments, and also the finals of the pairs tournaments. Great to have you with us. We'll see you back at 2 o'clock. Don't forget, you can see all of the results on dartsconnect.com. Simply go to WDF events, click on Dutch Open, and then click on the match centre. Scroll down and you'll be able to see those final results from the games involving those left in the last 16 of the men's tournaments. We'll see you later.